Hello there and welcome back to Building the Boys. We now have issue 17 of the Disney Doll's House. Now again, not loads to do in this one, but we know that. We know this is a slow month. We are building 2 more wall panels, but you'll be glad to hear it's the last time we're doing this. This is the last time we're building wall panels for Mickey Mouse's room. There are other wall panels coming, but certainly for Mickey Mouse's room, this is it. So Mickey Mouse's wall will be complete in this one. So we're going to build the 2 panels and we're going to attach them to the main wall. Now in this one, Winnie the Pooh has joined our guests, so he will be accompanying Beryl's, Goofy and Mickey as guests to our house so far. And we'll have a look at him. He won't stand up, but he will. So we'll have a quick look at him in a minute. I'll show you Winnie the Pooh, but at the end of this, I'll show you why mine stands up and yours might not, and what you can do to make him stand up, and what you shouldn't do to make him stand up, because there is a fairly obvious, well, I'll just do that. Don't, right? If you're thinking blue tack, don't use blue tack. Do not put blue tack on this thing, and I'll explain why at the end. But anyway, before we get to that point, let's have a look what comes in this month. So we'll have a very quick look at Pooh, but we'll talk about more at the end and how we're going to make him stand up and stay standing up without damaging him. Or your house, more importantly. So that's it. Let's get into this. Let's get this done, and we'll have a bit of a chat at the end about wobbly Winnie the Pooh. So, what do we get in this month's week? In this week's, we get Winnie the Pooh. Really rather lovely. It's 2. He's not the easiest to stand up, because you can see from the sort of shape of him, he's got a belly that sort of throws him off balance. I can relate, Pooh. Don't feel bad, mate. I'm not trying to body shame you. Trust me. I've got, you know, a veranda over the toy shop myself. So he is kind of top heavy, so he doesn't stand up very easily. However, mine is standing up quite easy. You see how I slammed him down? He hasn't gone anywhere at all. And I'm going to show you how to do that at the end of this video. Now, he is what he is. I mean, he's not a particularly detailed character as it is, but I mean, he is a nice one. You see his little belly there, bless him. And I'm going to show you how to make him stand up. So you can just place him down and he will stand up. It's very easy to do, and it doesn't involve using blue tack. So we'll show you at the end on that one. So that's the pretty parts. Here are the build parts. We are making 2 more of the wooden frames. So again, I'm just going to get them done, because you know how to do these now, okay? You know how to do these. So I'm just going to put these together, and then I'm going to show you how we apply them to the wall. You don't need to watch me do these again. It's like this is the 4th and 5th one we've built, so you know what you're doing at this point. I'll put these together, and I'll show you how we put them on the wall. Okay, so now we have both of our panels complete. We're going to bring up the wall, and we're going to add these panels to this wall. Now, you will see on the wall here, we have this line that's already been marked on it. So the way this is going to fit, now there are no bevel edges on this one, but you can see, and make sure your numbers are the right way. You have the 3 lines at the top. This is going to go on, and we're going to get it right up to that line. So if I just loosely fit it, I can show you what I'm talking about. So that's a loose fit. I haven't glued this yet, but this is so you can see what I'm talking about, how close that line we get, literally on the line. And this will leave this gap here. So that's where we're going to go with that one. And then with our next little one here, this one's a really snug fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to get right over. So there you go. That's where we want to be. We want to be right to the edge on this one, leaving gap there, because we're going to make sure there's gap so we can get the door frame in. So that's exactly how it's going to be. You can have a gap here, you can have a gap here. I'll glue those in place, and we'll take a look at the finished thing. And here we have it. So these are now glued to the wall. They're just setting at the moment, so I'm not going to bash them out too much, but that's the sort of gap you're going to have. So you're going to have this gap here, and that's because a doorway is going to go in here. So that's right up to the line where we need it to be there. You have this tiny little space here, and you have the gap here. So you do have gaps either side. It doesn't have to sit flush to either side. That's right up to the line, leaving sufficient gap there. Now I've put these on with wood glue, because again, should we have to move or wiggle to compensate for the door, we can. If you super glue that, you can't. You're going to have a bad time removing them. With wood glue, it's not going to be easy, but it's a little more forgiving. Super glue, forget about it. You super glue these to there, you're going to take chunks of the wall off with you when you try to remove it. So yeah, use your wood glue for your wood, as I've been saying. So this is it for this issue. This is all we're going to do. In the next issue, I'll flip this one over, we are going to be working on parts for this. So we are going to be adding a frame there, a piece there, and we are going to be adding the final cornice strip, a very long one. So it's the longest one we're going to do, and it's going to go in there, and that'll be it for Mickey's room. The actual wall structure of Mickey's room is then complete at that point. The only thing we have to do are the windows and the doorway. That's it, and that's coming relatively soon. But that's enough of that. That's that one done. Now let's talk about how we make our little portly friend here stand up each time without having to constantly balance and wobble him about. So here's my little podgy friend here. Now on the bottom of his feet he has got masking tape. Now the reason why I use masking tape and not blue tack is because masking tape, it's low tack masking tape. It's designed to hold but not bond. So he's not going to rip chunks off your floor. It's just going to keep him upright. He's also not going to take, it's also not going to take chunks off his feet, so he's not going to lose any paint or anything like that. But it will keep him firm. You see, he's not going anywhere. I mean, naturally, if you wobble him enough, he will go over, but so would anything. But this will keep him where, you know, he's not going anywhere, right? Now, the reason why I say to do this instead of blue tack is because blue tack leaves like a grease. If you ever put blue tack on a wall or wallpaper and you take it off, you can see underneath it, it leaves a greasy mark. Blue tack also stiffens up, and even with blue tack, if you put it on him, all he's going to do is do the world's slowest fall, because the blue tack will just stretch and then over he goes. It's going to leave nasty stains on your wooden flooring. And so what I'm going to do, take strip blue tack like this, and we're going to pretty it up so we can get rid of the rough edges there, and I'll get rid of the rough edges there, and then all we are going to do, literally, is about that much. Okay? So I'm going to pull this up. That's it. And then I'm going to fold that one in, fold that one in, and that's it. I'm going to strip for his foot, place that on his foot, and that's all you got to do. He's good. I mean, I've already got ones on mine, so mine looks a bit mad now because he's wearing two. But that's all you got to do. And he's on. That's it. Now, they should just stand up, but these are mass-produced things. And again, just the design of Pooh, to make him stand up, you'd have to either give him massive feet or a little belly. Now, he ain't got massive feet and he ain't got a little belly. So there was no real other way of doing him. Now, I don't think it's a slur on Hachette, because I've bought very expensive action figures and things like that for the kids over the year, and also ones that have seen as collectibles that just didn't stand up. They just never stood up. They'd come with a stand or a base. So there is a couple I've looked at, and I'm thinking we're going to have problems with that one. Alice, particularly. I think the Alice in Wonderland figure in the Hachette magazine that I've seen is leaning forwards, which suggests that she's top heavy, so she's going to go over. So this is just a simple way of doing this. It isn't going to mark your flaws. It's not going to damage your character. Now, this isn't going to last forever, but it's a tiny strip of low tack masking tape. When that stops being effective and he stops being able to stand, again, I mean, you take this off. Look, I'll show you. Okay, let's take it off. This is without it. I slam him down. It's not going to happen. That's how effective that masking tape is. You see? So this is why I advise to use masking tape. If you do blue tack, it's also going to thicken him up, and it makes it just as hard then, because it's too thick in one place and not thick enough in another. Masking tape. I swear to God, it's the future. So there you go. There's a tip, how to make your Winnie the Pooh stand up. Now, you're not going to need it for a while, because you're not going to have him standing up for a while. That's with the masking tape. You're not going to have him stand up for a while, so you don't need to worry about it too much. But there is just a tip on how you get some of these figures to stand up. We might have to use this for some of the furniture, we're not going to use it for the decor. So if there's a large piece of furniture that maybe is a little bit too wobbly, we might adapt a similar idea to this. There is something else I'm going to do with that, though. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But this is just a very easy fix for any of your wobbly figures. That's it. That's all you got to do. Now, I know there is temptation there to take a sandpaper to his feet or something and try and even him out. That's not what's happening here. He's got a snout, he's got a stomach, and he's got little feet. So he's just going to go over. That's gonna happen. So that's just a very, very simple solution. It will not mark your floors. It won't leave grease stains on your floors. I mean, again, if you put blue tack on the feet of one of these and you put it in a room and you leave that one there for a while, like it's a display thing, it will remove the finish off the floor. It will. So don't do it. This is just low tack masking tape. It's all it is. And masking tape is designed in a way where it will hold, but it will not bond. That's the whole point of masking tape. That's why we put it on, we can pull it off, and that's the point of it. You can't hold anything securely with masking tape. You can just hold it in place. That's all it will do. And it's just a very simple solution. Like I said, I've looked at a lot of the figures. I don't think most of them will be a problem, to be honest with you. Donald's kind of sat down. Peter Pan's kneeling. The Cheshire Cat standing on his head, I think. Beast, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Anna and Elsa, I don't think it'll be problems. The kittens won't be any problem. Piglet, maybe, because he's a bit of a weird shape. But Alice is leaning forwards, which suggests that she's off balance, so she's going to go over. So that's why, again, I advise just the masking tape method. Just a tiny little piece. You won't see it on the base of their feet. You won't, because the feet will cover up. Just use a little bit. But you've seen how hard I can slam him down. He stays standing. I don't have to mess around trying to balance him, you know? So that's my advice. And kids can play with it as well. It's not going to get stuck in their hair or anything like that. Once it's on, it's all right. They can just stand him and he just stands up, you know? But yeah, it's just a little tip. Don't take sandpaper to it. Please don't do that. That's yeah. Just use the masking tape method. It's real simple. Real simple. Double-sided tape is another one you might think, well, that'll be fine. No, it's a high tack adhesive, double-sided tape. So if you do that, it's gonna strip bits off your floor and rip some of the finish off. So don't do that. Just honestly, make yourself just a little loop of low tack masking tape, like I just showed you. Stick it to the bottom of his feet, and he ain't going anywhere. He's not gonna. I mean, with a good shake, he's gonna go over, but so would anything. But this one, trying to get him to stand up without it is a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, that's my tip. That's it for this one. We will be coming up very, very, very shortly, ending out the month on pack number 18. And we're also going to be looking at what comes next, what comes after that, and what comes after that. Because I'll show you what I mean fully by us hitting the accelerator, because we are off to the races. Once next month comes, it's very, very rapid, and I'll show you exactly what you're going to look like in June, what you're going to look like in July, and I've got a very weird picture to show you as well in that one of a completed build that's completely empty. It's a very strange thing to see, but you kind of, oh, okay, your eyes aren't being pulled by the furniture and the furnishings and things like that. You can just get a look at this is the frame of the house, and it's quite a good thing to sort of see. Lets you know where we're going, gives you an idea of what the build looks like without looking at, you know, pretty things. Anyway, that's it for this time. In a world where you can be anything at all, just be nice. Don't forget to give us a like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next time.